Aisha, which is the last question in our emails, unless we get other questions from the callers. If not, we'll call it a day. Is there any Sahih Hadith mentioning that one who memorizes the Quran and forgets it will be resurrected on the Day of Judgment as a blind man? No, there isn't. An authentic Hadith, there isn't. There are a number of Hadiths, but they're all weak. And this is an issue of dispute among scholars. Shaykh al-Islam bin Taymiyyah used to consider it as a sin. Some of the scholars even considered it as a major sin, to memorize an ayah, to memorize a surah or a portion of the Quran and then forget it. They used to consider it as a major sin. But the most authentic opinion, once you look into the evidences and to the other scholars who said something else, you'd find that there isn't any authentic hadith stating that such a person would be resurrected blind. Those who would be resurrected blind on the Day of Judgment are those who neglected and ignored the signs of Allah and the verses of the Quran. They will complain on the Day of Judgment, why are we resurrected blind while we were in this life able to see? And Allah Azza wa Jal would reprimand them by saying to them that this is exactly what you did, that my signs came to you, my verses of the Quran came to you, and you have given it your back and you forgot it, and this is why you are forgotten today, that Allah Azza wa Jal would not have mercy on them. So if someone neglects and ignores the verses of Allah in the sense that he does not apply them, he will be resurrected blind. Not simply forgetting an ayah and saying that, oh akhi, I used to memorize this surah, but then I was made to forget it. No, this is, it can't, forgetfulness could be something that is natural. And also, it can be deliberate because you're not revising it. In both cases, inshallah, a person is not sinful. Yet, if a verse of the Quran states, even if he does not memorize it, states that riba is a major sin, and Allah Azza wa Jal would wage war, and His Prophet would wage war, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, against those who deal in riba. And this we give as a present to the brothers and sisters who work in financial institutions, in banks, and they deal in riba as if it is something normal. You take a loan, you pay interest. You deposit your money, you take interest. To those, Allah Azza wa Jal is waging war. So if the brothers and sisters that deal in riba neglect this ayah, neglect the hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ, they will be partly resurrected as blind because of their ignorance and their neglect of the verses of the Quran. We have a short break. Stay tuned, and inshallah we'll be right back.